Piece of history is now docked in New Haven tonight as it gets ready for the summer season. The
Amistad schooner is here for some repairs and maintenance before it sets sail and brings along a little controversy too. News 8's AJ Walker live in Long Wharf tonight in New Haven with more. AJ?
Ed and Darren, the Amistad is back, and they have had some financial problems in the past, but it looks like they're sailing right past them back today, opening to the public for the first time. They've been docked here for about a week, but they tell me they have been closed for maintenance, but I was able to get on the ship and see what they have to offer.
The replica of the Amistad is proud to call New Haven home, and the crew that works the ship is proud to be preserving history that was a milestone for ending slavery.
The movement it created in American society against slavery, it's doubtful that the abolitionist movement could have been able to provoke such strong feelings in the American people that allowed them to stir up a movement against slavery.
As a replica, the ship is kept neat, it's open to the public, and they're glad to show history buffs around.
You can see our square sails are up there.
Wow.
And then you have, after that, there's our main mast.
But in looking around the ship, there's a story being told, and it's a dark and brutal one. The crew tells me on the original Amistad, 53 people were captured from Africa and taken against their will to become slaves in the Caribbean. But the would-be slaves fought for their freedom, a fight that would eventually end in New Haven, Connecticut, creating a legacy that lasts even until this day.
I'm below deck right now where they kept the slaves, and this replica of the Amistad is actually even bigger than the original. So you can imagine that it was smaller and how it must have been for 53 people to be captured and kept down here in deplorable conditions.
Eventually, the captives on the Amistad would revolt and gain their freedom, but even after freedom, life was a tragedy.
Once the captives eventually returned back to their homes in Africa, a lot of them found that they weren't, their villages were gone or destroyed.
All over the world, people continue to fight for freedom. The Amistad serves as a mobile reminder to preserve our humanity.
People today looked very glad to see the Amistad docked back in New Haven. It'll be here for just 3 short weeks, and then it'll move on and tour the rest of New England. So if you want to see it, you better get down here while you can. For now, live in New Haven, AJ Walker, News 8.